Hi everybody. I've had several people ask for the instructions on how to make this sleeping mat for the homeless out of plastic bags. And it's a different way than the way I used to make them. Actually was to crochet, and the way Bags to Beds makes them, they're nationwide, is by crocheting the mat 3 by 6. I did 12 of those in 1 year, and my arthritis kicked up and I couldn't do it anymore. This was very time consuming. I can't remember how long it took, but it was enough to make me crazy. Because you had to slice the bags into 4 strings, loop all the little strings together, and then crochet with that yarn. So, COVID this year, I was kind of bored and I found a chunky yarn pattern for chunky yarn to make a blanket. And I made a blanket and I thought, oh my goodness, I think this could be used for making these mats. And so I tried it out, and it was very simple and easy actually to make it work. So what I did is, the first thing you have to do is get about, if you want to make the full mat, about 450 grocery bags that usually can't be recycled in your recycle bin at home. You have to take them somewhere and they recycle them, and actually sometimes they don't. They just throw them in the landfill and take the money. I've heard. I don't know for sure. But anyway, so you just string these plastic bags together. And basically you just make a hole in the bottom of the bag. And stretch it out. Take out the receipt. And then you take the handles of the bag and string it through the hole that you made at the bottom of the bag. And these little folds, that make the bottom, is a really easy place to, if you have any strength in your hands, to make your hole. And it makes it stronger so it doesn't tear out. There, I made a hole. And then just string this one through like that. And usually, my daughter does this more than I do, and my husband, they do it all the time. So they really are better at it than I am, but you just, pull it that way. And repeat 450 times. After you've got that done, or as much as you want, because you can actually just add onto it really easy, then you are going to make so I've already got it made, and I didn't plan this very well. You're going to make, same as you do in crochet, just a chain. I'll take it out. Oh, I guess I thought I was going to make a really long chain for you there, but I'm not. Okay, so then you just take the hole or the handles or whatever end you're ending up with at the end and pull it through, and just keep pulling it through. Until you've got a 36-inch chain. I was going to try to not take up the time by doing this chain, but that's life. And yeah, that's 36 inches, but it's enough to show you what's going on. So then you just lay the chain out. Okay. The last chain will be the first of the next row you're doing. Okay, so you just flip that up, and then you take the top of the chain of the next loop, and you bring the bag through it. And it's noisy. It can dry out your hands a little bit. Some people might want to. The COVID and stuff doesn't worry me with these. They sit around long enough that I don't think there's a problem with germs at all, especially if you're using your own. I've been asking everyone that I can think of to donate these to me because it actually works up so fast that you never have enough bags if you want to do it at all. You know, take you a while to gather that many bags yourself. Okay, so about the third chain like this, or the third row, I like to just turn it around. It works better for me to be working with it facing me and going out on the table. So at the end of the chain, or the end of the row, you just do that again. That's the start of your next row. And you just continue on down. Now after a while this thing starts to bend into a U shape, and don't worry about it. It will straighten itself out when you get about 4 rows on. And it gets way faster, way easier after the first row. So remember, if I was at the end here, you just take this loop it through. That's the beginning of the next row. Okay, so right here I've got one that I did for about 15 minutes this morning, just to show you how very fast it works up, okay? And this thing was curved around like this. Now it's straightened itself out pretty well. As you go along, just kind of go like this with it. It helps you see if you have maybe missed one. Because it's easy, well, I'm not good at this, so it's easy for me to do, okay? In fact, here I've missed one. And you can find that by pulling it over, or turning it over also. But so then, what you do, you can either, I usually find it on the other side, try to keep pulling it through like this if your chain's kind of loose, or just take some plastic bag, remnant, and tie it on. Like I say, this, if this was your blanket, if this was my blanket, this is how it would look. That's why you don't have to be good at anything to make this thing and have it work. Because that works just fine. Okay, so then, after you've got it 3 by 6, we'll pretend like this is. To end it, you just take the loops here, and you pull your string through it. The 2, okay, you've got 2 here, and you put 2 more, and put that through it, and then that becomes your loop for the next one. So it's basically, it's all the same till you get to the end. So we're just going to pretend I'm at the end, right down here. We're going to pretend that I went all the way across. The next thing you want to do is make a chain so that we can roll this in. We fold it in half, roll it up the long way, and then we make a chain of rope or whatever that's hooked to it, so it will never get lost. You never have to worry about that happening. About probably 2.5, 3 feet long. I wish I had measured it, but I never did, okay? Just pull that tight and pretending it's on the end here, guys, okay? Then you just roll up your mat, fold it in half, roll it all the way from this end up to the top. And just, I haven't made this big enough, and you just roll it around like that, and then put this through. Oh geez. Just, you know, tie it securely. Make it long enough so that they've got, you know, something long enough to tie it securely. And so I probably cut it off here and go like that or something. Also, you know, they can repair it on the street if they have a plastic bag. So it takes no tools, and they are testing it out with all the homeless in Salt Lake City, well, the few that I've made a dozen of them, to see if there's any, to see if there's any feedback on what we could do differently. But everyone so far has thought that it's going to work out really well. It's actually softer, probably more water resistant, because it's thicker and comfortable than the small mat we started with. So, and also we're just putting a little bag with them right now. These don't work very well, so that they can have a waterproof bag. But that is the end result. Like I say, it's not beautiful, but it works. So thank you very much for your interest, and good luck to everybody, and let me know how it goes for you.